getting terribly close to Christmas. Are you excited? I am. I love everything to do with Christmas. I've been enjoying sharing these stories with you. They help us all to remember the person at the very heart of all our celebrations. Are you ready for today's? Then I'll begin. Have you heard of Michael Mouse? Would you like to hear his story? He lived in a hole in a grassy bank, and one night when he was fast asleep, he was woken by noisy singing and a bright light in the sky. Michael wondered what it could be, so he hurried to his friend Owl, who lived at the top of a tree and had a good view of everything that went on. Owl told him it was because a little baby was to be born in Bethlehem, and now everyone was going to see him. It was a long journey, but Michael Mouse wanted to go too. He had to climb hills and swim rivers, and at last he arrived outside the stable where the baby had been born. First, Michael met a sheep and asked if he could go in with her on her back so that he would be able to see the baby. "Have you got a present?" she asked. But Michael hadn't brought a present, so he couldn't go in. Then he met a cow, and Michael asked if he could go in with her on her back so that he would be able to see the baby. "Have you got a present?" she asked. But Michael hadn't brought a present, so he couldn't go in. Next, Michael met a hen, and he asked her if he could go in on her back so that he could see the baby. "Have you got a present?" she asked. But Michael hadn't brought a present, so he couldn't go in. A big ginger cat made Michael jump. "What are you doing here?" asked the cat. I've come to see the baby, but I haven't got a present," said Michael. "Well then, you'd better clear off," said the cat, pouncing at Michael. Poor Michael, he felt very sad, and big tears rolled down his nose. Something made him look up, and he saw a chink of light in the stable wall. A little hole. Michael wondered if he could climb up to it. It was very high up, but he made it. He squeezed into the hole, first his head, then his body, and then his bottom stuck in the hole, leaving his tail dangling outside. It was bright inside the stable. Michael could see the baby in the arms of his mum, Mary. Mary looked up at Michael and smiled. Then Joseph, the baby's dad, winked at Michael and smiled. "Thanks, little mouse," he said. Michael was puzzled. Then Joseph explained. "That hole was too high for me to reach, and we were worried in case Jesus would feel the draft and catch a cold." Michael was really thrilled. He had brought a gift for the baby after all. Now he watched the sheep and the cow and the hen giving their gifts. He stayed all night in the hole in the wall until morning came. Then he made his way home. He was very tired. His friend Owl was there to greet him. Owl said he'd heard all about the previous night from the sheep, the cow, and the hen. They had told Owl that Michael hadn't got in because he didn't have a present. "Oh, but I did see the baby," said Michael. "But you didn't have a present," said Owl. "What did you give him?" Michael said, "I gave him me for as long as he needed me." And that surely is the best gift you can ever give to Jesus. What an adventure for that little mouse. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.